Every event in our world has a discernible cause. Every action has a predictable reaction, and our choices and actions create a ripple of consequences. Our lives unfold like a well-written script, with every scene leading inevitably to the next. We come to believe that everything we experience, every success, failure, joy, and pain, can be traced back to a particular cause. A choice we made, a circumstance we encountered, a step we took or didn't take. But there is a sense of security in this model. Predictability provides us a sense of control, a comforting illusion that we are the masters of our destinies, that if we could just make the right choices, we could guide our lives towards the desired outcomes. Our identities, too, are largely shaped by this cause and effect reality. Our beliefs about who we are, our self-concepts, are built on past experiences. We often define ourselves by our past actions, achievements, failures, and circumstances. We become the sum of our stories, the culmination of our past causes and effects. We fall into patterns, repeating the same behaviors, expecting the same outcomes, and often feeling trapped within the confines of our constructed identities. However, the cause and effect model of reality doesn't account for all the nuances and complexities of life. It doesn't make room for serendipity, for unexplained coincidences, or for spontaneous creativity and inspiration. It chains us to the predictable and familiar, preventing us from stepping into the realm of the unknown, where the extraordinary happens. Moreover, while the cause and effect reality can provide a sense of security, it can also breed fear and paralysis. Fear of making the wrong choice, fear of the unforeseen consequences, and fear of the unknown future. It makes us risk-averse and hesitant, keeping us stuck in our comfort zones. But what if there were another way? What if we could break free from these invisible chains of predictability and step into a universe where the impossible becomes possible? What if we could say goodbye to cause and effect and embrace a reality where we are not bound by our past or limited by our perceived capabilities? This is the quantum leap we invite you to take, a leap into a new model of reality, where you are not a passive player but an active co-creator. But before we embark on this quantum journey, it's essential to fully understand and appreciate the old model, to see its limitations, and recognize its influence on our habitual self. Only then can we truly break free and embrace the quantum model of reality. As we stand on the threshold of a new understanding, the first step to fully embracing the quantum model of reality is to challenge, and ultimately shatter, our deeply ingrained belief in the old cause and effect model. This isn't a simple task, as these beliefs form the very foundation of our understanding of the world and ourselves. They're embedded in our daily routines, our choices, and our reactions. The first step in this process is to become aware of the patterns that pervade our lives. Each of us has patterns. They could be patterns in our relationships, our work, our health, or our general life circumstances. We find ourselves drawn into the same types of relationships, facing similar challenges at work, battling the same health issues, or encountering the same types of situations repeatedly. These patterns reflect our belief in the cause and effect reality. We often view these patterns as inevitabilities, as fixed realities that we're bound to repeat. But in truth, they're manifestations of our deeply entrenched beliefs and habits. They are a mirror reflecting back to us our adherence to the cause and effect model. Awareness is the first strike against these old beliefs. Once we start noticing our patterns, we begin to see how our beliefs and habits drive them. The second step, then, is to start questioning these patterns and the beliefs that underpin them. We must ask ourselves why we believe in these patterns. Are they truly inevitable, or are they a self-fulfilling prophecy? Are we really victims of our circumstances, or are we unconsciously creating these circumstances through our beliefs and habits? Questioning our beliefs and habits takes courage. It can feel uncomfortable to challenge our long-held assumptions and confront the possibility that we have more control over our circumstances than we thought. However, this discomfort is a necessary part of the process. It's the growing pain of breaking free from the old model and expanding our consciousness to encompass the quantum reality. The third step in shattering the old model is to start experimenting with a new way of being. This means making different choices, reacting differently to familiar situations, and daring to step outside our comfort zones. It means interrupting our patterns and choosing a different response, even if it feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. Through this experimentation, we begin to see that our reality is malleable, that our circumstances can change when we change our beliefs and habits. We start to understand that we're not bound by cause and effect, but are active participants in the creation of our reality. But even as we take these steps, it's crucial to remember that shattering the old model isn't about negating or denying our past experiences. Rather, it's about liberating ourselves from the confines of the cause and effect reality, to allow ourselves to explore and embrace the limitless possibilities of the quantum universe. As we shatter the old model, we're not just breaking free from our patterns and beliefs, we're also creating a space for the new. It's in this space that the quantum model of reality can be born, a reality where we are not merely reacting to causes and effects, but where we are consciously creating our experiences, a reality where we are not the victims, but the architects of our lives. In stepping away from the deterministic model of reality, we are not stepping into a vacuum. Instead, we find ourselves face to face with a profound and perplexing aspect of the quantum model: uncertainty. Uncertainty is not just a component of the quantum reality, it's the very essence of it. It is the fertile soil from which limitless possibilities arise. However, for many of us, uncertainty is a daunting concept, something to be feared and avoided. Our fear of uncertainty is born from our attachment to predictability. In the cause and effect reality, we find comfort in the known. We crave stability, predictability, and control. These are the anchors that make us feel safe in an ever-changing world. However, these anchors also limit our experiences and our growth. They confine us to the familiar, keeping us from exploring the vast landscape of possibilities that lie beyond our comfort zones. The first step towards embracing uncertainty is to recognize and confront our fear. We need to ask ourselves, what is it about uncertainty that scares us? Is it the fear of the unknown, the fear of losing control, or the fear of failure? Once we've identified the root of our fear, we can start to address it. The next step is to reframe our perception of uncertainty. Instead of viewing it as a threat, we can start to see it as an opportunity. Uncertainty means that the future is not set in stone, that it can be shaped and molded according to our desires and intentions. It's the space where creativity, innovation, and transformation thrive. Uncertainty isn't a dark abyss, but a blank canvas waiting to be painted with the colors of our imagination. By reframing uncertainty in this way, we can transform our fear into anticipation and our apprehension into excitement. The third step in embracing uncertainty is to cultivate trust and surrender. Trust in ourselves, in our intuition, in our ability to navigate the unfamiliar. Trust in the universe and its infinite wisdom. Trust that even if we can't see the entire path, each step we take is leading us towards our highest good. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or relinquishing control, but rather letting go of the need to control every aspect of our lives. It's about being open and receptive, about allowing life to unfold in its own mysterious and magical ways. As we learn to trust and surrender, we find that uncertainty is not something to be feared, but rather something to be celebrated. It becomes a playground of possibilities, a gateway to extraordinary transformations, and a testament to our boundless potential. Finally, embracing uncertainty means embodying it in our everyday lives. It means welcoming the unexpected, being flexible and adaptable, and daring to venture into the unknown. It means stepping out of our comfort zones, trying new things, and not being afraid to make mistakes. It means living life not as a rigid plan, but as a thrilling adventure filled with surprising twists and turns. In the quantum reality, uncertainty is not a bug, it's a feature. It's the magic ingredient that makes this reality so dynamic and exciting. As we learn to embrace uncertainty, we also learn to embrace the quantum model of reality, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to a world of infinite possibilities. As we venture into the realm of the quantum, we come face to face with a reality that is wildly different from our familiar cause and effect world. This new model of reality, often referred to as the quantum model, redefines our understanding of the universe and our place within it. While it can initially seem complex and counterintuitive, at its core, it's a reality full of dynamism, interconnectedness, and limitless potential. One of the fundamental principles of quantum mechanics is the concept of wave-particle duality. According to this principle, particles such as electrons can exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed. This mind-bending concept, known as superposition, challenges our traditional view of reality. It suggests that our world isn't rigid and predictable, but rather fluid and full of potential. This principle invites us to question our own perception of reality and the rigid definitions and identities we adhere to. It suggests that we are not fixed entities bound by our past experiences or future predictions, but rather, like quantum particles, we exist in a state of endless possibilities until we choose to define ourselves. Another core tenet of the quantum model is the idea of entanglement, where particles become interconnected in such a way that the state of one instantly affects the state of the other, regardless of the distance between them. This instantaneous connection, transcending the limitations of space and time, paints a picture of an interconnected universe, where we are not isolated entities, but deeply linked parts of a complex whole. This principle of quantum entanglement encourages us to reassess our relationships, not just with other people, but also with our environment, our circumstances, and even our thoughts and emotions. It highlights the importance of harmony and balance, underscoring the profound impact our thoughts, emotions, and actions can have on ourselves and the world around us. But perhaps the most transformative aspect of the quantum model is the idea that observation affects reality. In quantum mechanics, it's suggested that the act of observation can determine the state of a quantum system, essentially turning potential into reality. This is a dramatic shift from the deterministic model where the observer is separate from the observed. This shift places us, the observers, in a powerful position. It suggests that we are not mere spectators, passively watching the unfolding of a predetermined reality. Instead, we are active participants, our observations, thoughts, and intentions influencing the fabric of reality itself. Embracing these aspects of the quantum model can feel like a monumental task. After all, it requires us to challenge and let go of some of our deepest beliefs and assumptions about the world and ourselves. But as we delve deeper into this reality, we find that it's not just a theoretical model describing the behavior of tiny particles. It's a practical and transformative guide to living a life of limitless potential and interconnectedness. The quantum model encourages us to break free from the rigidity of the deterministic model and to embrace fluidity, potential, and interconnectedness. It invites us to become active co-creators of our reality, to venture into the realm of the unknown, and to tap into our unlimited potential. As we begin to integrate these quantum principles into our lives, we start to understand that the quantum model of reality is not just about observing the world differently, but about living differently. The quantum model of reality doesn't just offer a new way to understand the world around us. It offers a new way to understand ourselves. It provides us with the opportunity to redefine who we are, to shift from a self bound by the past and constrained by the predictable, to a self that is free, fluid, and full of potential. This is the quantum you. The quantum you is not defined by past experiences, failures, or successes. It isn't a fixed identity crafted by years of habitual patterns, societal expectations, or self-imposed limitations. Instead, it's an identity that exists in a state of perpetual possibility. Just as a quantum particle exists in a state of superposition, the quantum you embraces the capacity to be in a state of potential, where numerous possibilities coexist. Living as the quantum you means shifting your perspective from being a product of your past to becoming a pioneer of your future. It means releasing old stories, habits, and beliefs that confine you to a predictable life. It's about understanding that you have the power to break free from your habitual self, to create a new narrative, a new identity. The quantum you also recognizes the deep interconnectedness of the universe. Just as quantum particles are entangled, the quantum you understands that we are not isolated individuals, but are intricately linked to each other and the world around us. This interconnectedness extends beyond our physical interactions. Our thoughts, emotions, intentions, and actions ripple out, influencing the world in seen and unseen ways. Living as the quantum you means living with an awareness of these connections. It means taking responsibility for the energy you bring into the world, knowing that your state of being has far-reaching effects. It's about living with empathy, compassion, and respect for all life, recognizing that your well-being is intertwined with the well-being of others and the planet. The quantum you embraces the principle that observation affects reality. In the quantum model, the act of observation is a powerful tool that can shift potential into actuality. Similarly, the quantum you understands that your focus, your attention, and your intentions have the power to shape your reality. Living as the quantum you means being mindful of where you focus your attention. It's about cultivating a positive mindset, visualizing your desired outcomes, and aligning your actions with your intentions. It's understanding that your thoughts and beliefs aren't just passive observations. They are active forces shaping your reality. Embodying the quantum you is not a destination, but a journey of constant evolution and transformation. It's about being open to change, embracing uncertainty, and stepping boldly into the realm of possibilities. It's about breaking free from the habit of being yourself and stepping into the infinite potential of who you could be. Embracing the quantum you isn't about rejecting who you've been. Instead, it's about honoring your past experiences, learning from them, and using them as stepping stones to your evolution. It's about integrating your past and future, your individual self and interconnected self, your reality and potential, into a harmonious, dynamic, and powerful presence. This is the quantum you, a beacon of potential, transformation, and interconnectedness.